Greetings, fellow Gorehounds. I'm the Horror Guru.
And I'm Count Jackula.
And welcome back to Blood Splattered Vlog. We are going to talk about Hulu's Into the Dark, I'm Just Fucking With You, which is the April Fool's special. And, yeah, I really enjoyed this one.
Yeah, I did too.
This one was a lot of fun.
This one has a somewhat ambiguous ending, but it doesn't really matter.
Well,
the ending matters, but it doesn't ruin the enjoyment of the movie.
It's ambiguous to a point. But what I do like about this movie is that this movie is just pure, insane fun.
Yeah. It's just mean.
Yes.
It's just mean.
It is fully within the April Fool's mean spirit.
Yeah. The only other movie that I've seen that got this mean with things that it did, I think, was Knock Knock.
Oh, yeah. Knock Knock was pretty fucking mean. It also probably has my favorite villain so far on Into the Dark.
Oh my God, yes.
And Into the Dark has some pretty good villains, like the guy in Down and the dude in the Thanksgiving one, which is the name's now escaping me. Those two were great villains.
Yeah.
But this one takes it up to a new level. Chester's awesome.
Chester. Holy crap.
Basically, the idea of this is you have this guy who is going to his ex-girlfriend's wedding. But he's stuck at this hotel the night before with this dude, Chester, that is fucking with him the entire night.
Yep.
And there's this huge question throughout the entire thing is like, oh, is this some sort of pull on him? Or is Chester just crazy? Or is his sister in on it? Like, what's going in?
Is he an alternate personality? What's going
on? Is this going to have like a David Fincher's The Game like ending? It doesn't. But
yeah, we can tell you that.
We can tell you that. But it does go in some surprising directions, so that's not spoiling anything.
Yeah. Like another thing that's important is that the main character is an internet troll.
Yes, which is also not a spoiler because they tell you that in the opening
scene. That is the first thing that they show you.
Our first introduction to him is him driving to the hotel, and he's on the phone with his sister, and while he's on the phone with his sister, he's created this fake account on his phone that he is tweeting nasty things to the girl whose wedding he's going to.
Yeah.
And his sister's just like, who is this guy? What is going on? And he's just like beaming with pride because he knows it's secretly him.
Yeah, he's telling her to kill herself and all that
So like immediately we know that our main character is a piece of shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. If you want a sympathetic lead, you're not going to get it here.
He is not a sympathetic lead.
No.
And it's not the case like with Treehouse, where the character is charming enough to where you could see past his flaws.
Oh no, this guy is just hateable from the beginning.
He's super hateable. And here's the thing, I feel bad because one of the things that makes him so hateable is an actual condition that people have, and that's that he has like super hypochondria, which in and of itself doesn't make you a hateable, annoying person, but when you combine it with his tendency to just shit on everything fun, and being a shitty internet troll, when you combine it with all of that on top of the fact of how bitter he is about his ex, when it's clear that he's the one who fucked that up.
Oh yeah.
When you combine all of that, it just makes him super fucking hateable, which means that you are so down when this character Chester, who is the person who runs the hotel that he goes to, just starts fucking with him all night.
Yeah. Oh my God. Chester is...
He's like the Joker.
Whoa. Yeah, he is like the Joker.
I don't know what else to call him. He's like hillbilly Joker. Not hillbilly, but like redneck Joker.
Yeah.
He doesn't have like a hick accent, but he clearly comes from that kind of like white trashy world.
Yeah.
And he's got like a little bit of like a white trashy vibe to him. Like the kind of guy who would have truck nuts.
Yes. Well, I think you're onto something when you said the Joker, because like you could totally see the Joker in Gotham just doing this for an evening.
Well, basically what this movie is it's basically like the Joker giving Gordon one bad day.
Yeah.
But instead of Gordon, it's just this random dude. And instead of the Joker, it's Chester. Everyone's lovable, drunken redneck.
Yeah.
And the guy who plays Chester is phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
Some of the other acting in this is a little questionable. Like, as much as I love the biker dude, the acting in that was so stiff, I was convinced that it was a performance.
Yeah, you're trying to figure out how much of that was a put on and how much of it was real.
But
it's supposed to be real.
But Chester is so fucking believable. Like, you believe if you ran into a random bar in the middle of, like, nowhere LA, you'd run into this guy.
Yeah. He is... It's really nice because it comes down to two people who hide behind "I'm just kidding" coming to a head with each other.
Yeah, except one knows what he is, and the other one is hiding what he is.
Yep. Oh man.
And this one is a total just desserts kind of situation.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Like, it feels very Tales from the Crypt for me.
Oh, very much.
Especially with the lighting, because they do a lot of, like, neon, colorful lighting, where, like, he's standing outside, but because of the light on him, he looks teal, or he's inside the bar, and there's like, this red and pink on him.
Yeah, it reminds me of the type of... Tales from the Crypt episode that, like, Cutting Cards was.
Yes, Cutting Cards was the one I was actually thinking of Cutting Cards when we were watching it, because it reminded me of that, where you have these two people escalating it.
Yeah.
And both of them deserve it. Like,
They're both assholes. But the thing that's interesting is that Chester, how to put it, at some point in the whole thing, he's like, well, I'm kind of a shaman, really. And you all of a sudden, you're like, he actually is, like, kind of on that upper level of, I'm fucking with you.
Yeah. Oh, God, that's one of my favorite moments, too. Like, I'm kind of a shaman, Yeah. We'll get to more into that when we get to the spoilers. But, like, there isn't too much to spoil in this, because for the most part, it's pretty straightforward. I'm fucking with you throughout the entire movie until things take a horror turn.
Yeah. Like, how to put it? The journey is way more important than the destination in this one. It's way more important because even if you know one of them is the bad guy and one of them is the protagonist, you're not entirely certain what's going to happen next.
And what I'm really liking about this Into the Dark series is that most of the segments are trying to be about something more than just what they are.
Yeah.
Like Treehouse, for example, was very Me Too.
Yes.
So was Down to a certain extent.
Yeah, and I think Down was a little more successful at that.
Yeah. Down was way more successful at that, and Down was also very much like creepy stalker.
Yeah.
Like Puka, it says a lot about like fucking being an actor in LA.
Being a celebrity father, and like shit that go.
This one is all about internet troll culture.
Yeah.
And I thought it did a really good job of showing just how fucked a person like that most likely is.
Yes. Yeah, and they don't back away from that.
No.
The thing that's really interesting is though you never don't hate him.
Yeah.
The movie does film him sympathetically when he's having like an actual problem.
Yeah, and it does a good job of that because it's nice balance. You don't ever fully come to his side.
No.
But you do feel bad enough for him where you understand how he became the way he is.
Yeah.
Especially when he starts talking about why he became a troll later.
Yeah.
And like you're like, okay, I kind of get that. I can relate, but still, man, a lot of us went through that and didn't do
that. Yeah.
It's like when you hear like a white supremacist, you're just like, I understand. A lot of us went through that, especially if you came from a white trash background like I did. A lot of us went through that, but not all of us,
became white supremacists.
Yeah.
That's not,
it's kind of a similar scenario to that, where like I empathize to a point.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, I'm sorry for all the things that led you to this, but you made the wrong decision, buddy.
Exactly. And, fuck, man. Like, here's the thing that I really like. Because Chester is true to himself.
Yes.
And the main character is not. Even though Chester is a worse person than our main character, you like him more.
Yes.
Because at least he's authentically him.
Yes.
The other guy's a facade.
He fully knows what he is. And it is kind of like, how to put it, it does have that I like the fact they brought up shamanism because it did bring in that aspect of like, okay, Chester is like the god of what the main character is hiding.
It's like Loki came down.
Yeah. It's like Loki himself came down. It's like, oh, you want to fuck with people? I'll show you how to fuck with people.
This is how you really do it. This is where you really fuck with someone and get right down to the core being of who they are.
Yeah.
Oh,
and it's like, it's interesting because the thing about Chester, after a while, you're like, you get enjoyment out of this, but for you, it really is breaking a person all the way down.
Just cutting off every superficial layer until you get down to the raw core.
Just get right down to it. Okay, who are you?
Yeah.
Who are you now that I've done all this shit to you? Now who are you? You know, and main character has to admit what he is.
And the other thing I really like about this short is that it's an April Fool's short and it's funny as fuck.
Oh, God,
It's probably, next to Puka, the funniest one.
Yeah, it's a lot. I've said this about a few of these, but it's a lot meaner than Puka.
Yes,
super mean.
And Puka was pretty mean at times.
Yeah, it was pretty nasty. But like this one is just relishes in how fucking horrifically cruel it is.
Absolutely. So yeah, I highly recommend this one. This is definitely one of the best. I put it up there with Puka. And Down as like some of my favorite ones from this show I've seen so far.
Yeah. I'm just fucking with you.
I'm just fucking with you. Oh yeah, that's another thing. That's the thing that Chester says after everything.
Oh yeah. No, this is one of those. No. You came up with this concept and you had the title from the absolute fucking beginning.
Yep.
Because that title drops every 10 minutes.
So, with all that said, it's on Hulu, and check it out for yourself, and let us move on to the spoilers.
Okay, I think...
So the biggest spoiler is that it turns out Chester is a fucking serial killer.
Yeah.
He's not just a guy who's fucking with him, and this isn't some giant ploy to trick the main character into being a good person.
No.
This is a serial killer who's trying to awaken another inner serial killer.
Yeah.
Because halfway in, it turns out that, like, oh, he's not the actual person who's running this. Like, the actual owners are dead and in the back, and they're slaughtered. And the sister's not in on it, like you might think, as things goes on, because he kills the sister. And
yep.
But there's a point where characters are dying, and you're still wondering, like, oh, is a hack gonna drop? Are these really people dying, or is this trying to trick the main character into not being a troll? Nope. They're dying.
Yeah.
They're being fucking murdered.
Yeah. Everything that's happening is real, you know? And the movie, like a lot of good movies, has a drug sequence in the middle of it.
Yeah. And basically he drugs the character and he takes him on this shamanistic journey to find his true self, ultimately culminating in him recording a video admitting that he's the troll posting all that shit and why he did it and why he's not ashamed of it. And then uploading that video online.
Yeah. Yep, for all to see.
But, like, it's obvious that his plan is that he's going to kill him after this. Like, now I've done it. I've broken you down to your core. Now I'm done. But he likes the guy so much.
Yeah.
That he just has to take it the extra mile.
Yeah, it's really weird because, like, Chester actually... You really do believe that Chester comes to like this guy.
When he says, I love you, man, you believe it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You totally believe it.
Yeah, and that is, of course, when main character turns the tables, so to speak, against him.
When he starts to embrace his inner psychopath.
Yeah.
And his inner troll. And plays an ultimate troll on on Chester, which is the ending.
Yeah, it's the ending. It's like the last shot of the movie.
You know, which is basically... Okay, it's noon in San Francisco. So
on a Tuesday, so that happens.
Yeah, so they do their air raid test because we're San Francisco.
There might be an earthquake at any moment.
We have military bases all around us and Air Force bases.
Yep.
Earthquakes.
Japs could attack at any moment.
Exactly.
Loose lip sink ships.
But he turns the tables and he tries to convince Chester into doing this grand gesture at the actual wedding.
Yeah.
Of killing them both and rolling them down the hill so they destroy this
So they just
reception.
destroy the wedding, you know.
And it's a really, and you're kind of sitting there going like, oh, is he trying to trick Chester, or does he actually want to do this? Because at this point, you can go out.
Yeah. It's just a little.
But then he gets him into the car, and I actually really like the way this was written.
Yeah.
Because at the beginning of the movie, they establish that the main character's sister has a dog, and that the dog is living with the parents right now while they're off at the wedding.
Yeah.
And that the dog is the most important thing in her world right now. Like, some people have kids, she has a dog. And he convinces Chester to let him drive to the wedding. And on their way there, he starts telling this joke about these two guys in a car, and how one guy has a sister, and that the sister...
Yeah, it's very Killing Joke.
Yeah, and the sister has a dog, and that the car belongs to the sister, and that because the sister loves the dog so much, the dog sits up front. But because the sister worries about the dog, the sister removed the airbags from the passenger seat of the car. And at that point, Chester just rams the car into a fucking wall. or not Chester, but the main character rams the car into the wall, killing Chester.
Yeah.
And that's the end. But then after the end, we have this great credit sequence, which I'm not going to spoil. That kind of reveals what happens to the main character afterwards.
Yeah. How to put it? One falls, the other rises.
Yes.
Oh my God. So if you want to watch a movie where you're like, man, internet trolls are terrible.
And you want to see one get its comeuppance? Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one for you.
Yep.
Like, it never makes you feel like the guy's not a complete fucking pathetic piece of shit.
Funny enough, the character I feel the most bad for in this entire scenario is the biker.
Yeah!
This biker who
this weird biker dude.
At first you're like, oh, is he in on the whole thing or whatever? But then he gets killed, but then you're still kind of like, was he really killed?
Yeah.
And then it turns out he's really dead.
It turns out he was.
And you feel bad because like, oh man, biker just didn't want a dick on his car.
Yeah. Yeah, he just didn't want someone to fucking put a dick on his fucking bike. That's all he cared about.
I did like that one scene. It's one of my favorite scenes in the fucking movie, where he meets the biker. Well, he already met the biker, but he sees him again when he's going to get a drink in one of the vending machines in the hotel. And the biker just comes up to him and is like, "Oh, you're doing it all wrong." And he slams the fucking the machine, and a Coke comes out, and he grabs the Coke from in between the guy's legs.
Yeah.
And hands it to him. And it has this great scene where it's just like, "Did you just put your hands on me? You don't put your hands on a man unless you want to fight or fuck. And you don't want to fight, do you?" No, I don't want. I'm just like, okay, that was good.
Well, yeah, it becomes really clear that, like, the biker is gay.
Yo, he's totally gay.
Yeah.
Because he's actually disappointed when the guy doesn't want to fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, like, this is just how he picks dudes up.
And I'm just like, oh, man, that was a detail about the biker I didn't need to know, but I feel good that I know it because now I care about him more.
Yeah. Like, he's just trying to get laid. Yeah. Everything's cool, you know?
This is him trying to seduce the guy.
Like, yeah. Yeah, they did a really good job with that.
He's a big gay bear, and he's just looking for his twink, you know?
Yeah, exactly. He's disappointed.
Oh, man.
You know, you're like, oh, poor dude.
So yeah, I'm not sure what more to say. There isn't too much more. Like I did see like some sort of fan theory that was like, oh, what if Chester was never really there and he was just the fabrication of the main character, a la Fight Club? And I'm like, well, the problem is that the movie never confirms that the way Fight Club does.
Yeah, Fight Club absolutely confirms it. This movie, that's a possibility throughout the entire movie, but given what happens at the end, it doesn't seem like that's what's going on.
I don't think that's likely. In fact, I kind of feel like that's the equivalent of the Ferris Bueller theory. Where it's like, it's a fun fan theory, but I don't think it's true to the movie.
Yeah, no, it isn't. It isn't. You know, it's a lot of the things that are happening in the ending of the movie, I think, is supposed to be taken literally.
Yeah, I think so too. So where can they find you, Count Jackula?
Oh, well, you can find me, of course, on YouTube. You can find me on Twitter at Count_Jackula and on Instagram at Satanic Jackula. And I stream every Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and every Sunday at 9 Pacific Standard Time. And that's in the PM. So adjust your clocks accordingly, and we hope to see you there.
And you know me, I'm the Horror Guru. You're on my YouTube channel right now. But if you want to find me on Twitter, if you want to find me on Twitch, if you want to find me on Facebook, just look up the Horror Guru and or Blood Splattered Cinema, and you'll most likely find me. And
I was about to say, do you think I'm burying the lead by not telling people that one of the things we mainly talk about on the Count Jackula stream is the occult and sexuality?
Probably a little bit.
All right, that's all right. So
yeah.
Let me unbury the lead there. That's the main things that we talk about.
Hell yeah.
So please come on down.
As per usual, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so that you're notified of my videos immediately upon their upload. I totally forgot to do that on my last vlog, so I'm reminding myself to put it here. And we have Patreons that I'm going to include in the description below. Even if you can only donate $1 a month, $1 goes a long way.
Oh, yes.
And with that said, peace out, my fellow gorehounds. And I'm not just fucking with you. We'll catch y'all later.